Have you ever stepped into a room, feeling poised and radiant, only to catch a faint whiff of something off and realize with a sinking heart that it might be you? It's a feeling we've all experienced at some point, that sudden realization that something about our bodies is changing, and not always in a way we'd like. As we grow older, we embrace the beauty of our 60s and beyond, but let's be honest, our bodies throw us curveballs that can sometimes dim that sparkle we once had. But here's the good news, it doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to feel self-conscious or embarrassed about the changes your body goes through. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into 7 hygiene mistakes that many older women unknowingly make, and I'm here to show you how simple tweaks can help you feel fresh, confident, and fabulous, no matter your age. These little changes can make all the difference in how you feel about yourself each and every day. So stick around, because trust me, the last tip I'm going to share with you, it's a total game changer, and you'll definitely want to hear it. Let's get started on this journey to rediscovering that radiant, confident you. 1. Skipping the hidden corners in the shower. Imagine stepping into the shower, the warm water cascading over your body, your favorite song playing softly in the background, and you're feeling refreshed, clean, and relaxed. But here's the question, are you truly cleaning every part of your body? As we get older, our skin changes. It becomes thinner, less elastic, and more prone to trapping moisture in the natural folds and creases of our body. These areas, like under the breasts, behind the ears, between the thighs, and around the belly button, can easily be overlooked during a quick shower. But these hidden corners, where moisture can linger, become the perfect breeding grounds for bacteria and fungi, which can lead to unpleasant odors. You might think you're just skipping over a few minor spots, but when it comes to body odor, it's the places we forget that often catch us off guard. I remember a personal experience when I was at my granddaughter's garden party one summer afternoon. The sun was shining, children were laughing, and I was happily handing out cupcakes. Everything was perfect, or so I thought. But suddenly, I noticed a faint, unpleasant smell. At first, I blamed it on the compost pile nearby. But as I moved away, the smell followed me. To my horror, I realized it was me. That morning, in a rush to get ready, I had skipped over the usual spots, the folds under my arms and the area under my breasts, and the result was something I couldn't ignore. It was a humbling moment, but also an eye-opening one. So what can we do to make sure we're truly clean, and not just rushing through the shower? Dermatologists recommend using a soft washcloth or a gentle loofah to clean those hard-to-reach areas thoroughly. A gentle, non-drying cleanser is key. Look for one with a pH balance suited for mature skin, and consider options with ingredients like glycerin or ceramides to help keep your skin hydrated. After showering, make sure you dry off completely. Moisture left in the folds can lead to fungal infections like intertrigo, which thrive in warm, damp environments. If mobility is a concern, a handheld mirror can help you spot those tricky spots you might otherwise miss. Don't forget to gently pat your skin dry with a soft towel. Rubbing can irritate the delicate skin as we age. And here's a little bonus tip, especially for those hot summer months. After drying off, try applying a light dusting of cornstarch-based powder to areas that tend to get moist, such as under the breasts or around the groin. This will absorb excess moisture and keep you feeling fresh without clogging your pores. By slowing down and being mindful of those hidden corners in the shower, you'll not only feel cleaner but more confident and comfortable in your own skin. You deserve to step out of the shower feeling fabulous, refreshed, and ready to take on the day. 2. Holding on to that favorite bra too long. We all have that one favorite bra, the one that fits just right, feels comfortable, and has been there for us through thick and thin. It's the bra you wear on casual days, on coffee runs, and even for those special occasions. But here's the truth, holding on to that beloved bra for too long can create more problems than we realize. As we age, the body goes through hormonal changes, especially during and after menopause. This can cause night sweats, hot flashes, and increased perspiration, all of which affect the clothes closest to your skin, like your bra. Sweat, oils, and even dead skin cells build up in the fabric, particularly around the band, straps, and underarm areas. And as these residues accumulate, they create the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, leading to unpleasant odors, even if you showered that morning. I can share a personal experience, one I'm sure many of us can relate to. I used to have a favorite bra, soft and perfectly worn-in, the one I turned to for everything. I'd wear it for days, thinking, it's just been a light day, it's fine. Until one day, while bending over at the library to grab a book, I caught a faint musty smell. It wasn't my body, it was my bra. Despite having showered that morning, it was betraying me in a way I never expected. That moment, though slightly embarrassing, opened my eyes to the importance of washing undergarments regularly and not relying on just one more wear. So, how can we avoid this common mistake? Experts recommend washing bras every 2 to 3 wears, especially if you've worn them for several hours. Don't just toss them in the laundry basket after every wear. Consider hand washing them with a mild detergent to preserve their lifespan. If you do use a washing machine, use a delicate cycle and a mesh laundry bag to protect the fabric. Another great tip is to rotate your bras. Aim to have at least 3 to 5 bras in rotation, so you're not wearing the same one too often. This helps not only with hygiene but also with maintaining the shape and support of each bra. For those dealing with night sweats, consider bras designed specifically for menopause or moisture-wicking materials. These will help keep you dry and comfortable. And if you do have a damp bra, change out of it as soon as possible. The longer you wait, the more likely bacteria will begin to accumulate, leading to odors and irritation. If your bra doesn't need a full wash but has been worn, don't let it pile up unwashed. Hang it in a well-ventilated area to freshen it up, or use a fabric refresher spray with antibacterial properties. We can't always control the changes our bodies go through, but we can take small, simple steps to feel fresh and confident every day. Rotating bras, washing them regularly, and choosing moisture-wicking options are easy habits that will leave you feeling clean, comfortable, and supported, inside and out. 3. Ditching deodorant for a natural approach. It's no secret that we live in a world that's become increasingly conscious of what goes into our bodies and onto our skin. Natural alternatives are being embraced everywhere, especially when it comes to personal care products. For many, the idea of ditching deodorant for something more natural has a strong appeal, with the promise of freeing our skin from chemicals. But as much as the idea of going natural sounds liberating, skipping deodorant altogether can actually backfire, especially for women over 50. As we age, particularly during and after menopause, our bodies undergo hormonal changes that can alter our natural scent. The increased activity of sweat glands, especially in the underarms, results in sweat that is thicker, oilier, and much more likely to carry a stronger odor. While sweat itself is odorless, it's when it mixes with bacteria on the skin that the real trouble begins, and for women in this stage of life, this process can create more noticeable and persistent body odor than we've ever experienced before. I'll be honest, I was once drawn into the trend of ditching deodorant, convinced I was doing my body a favor by avoiding chemicals like aluminum found in traditional antiperspirants. For a while, I felt free, fresh, and proud of my decision. But then, one day, I leaned in to hug a dear friend at a book club meeting, and I noticed her subtle flinch. She didn't say a word, but her expression told me everything I needed to know. I realized my natural approach wasn't doing me any favors. It was a humbling moment, one that pushed me to reconsider my commitment to natural living while still respecting the need for personal hygiene. So, how do we strike the balance between natural living and maintaining freshness? The key is to find a gentle, natural deodorant that works for your skin. Look for ingredients like tea tree oil, baking soda, or magnesium hydroxide, which naturally neutralize odor without harsh chemicals. If you have sensitive skin, steer clear of fragrances and opt for fragrance-free formulas designed for more delicate skin. It's also important to understand the difference between deodorant and antiperspirant. While antiperspirants work to block sweat glands and prevent sweat production, deodorants simply neutralize odor. For some, a combination of both might be necessary, but always consult your doctor if you're concerned about the use of certain ingredients. Proper application is essential for effectiveness. Always apply deodorant to clean, dry skin after a shower. Reapply as needed throughout the day, especially in warmer weather or after physical activity. A small tip that worked wonders for me: I now make sure to shave or trim my underarm hair regularly. This reduces the amount of bacteria that can build up, making deodorant more effective. 4. Letting bedding linger too long. There's nothing quite like the comfort of slipping into a fresh bed after a long day. The soft sheets, the cool pillow, the peaceful embrace of sleep. It's your personal sanctuary. But what happens when that sanctuary isn't as fresh as it should be? Unfortunately, as we age, our bodies change, and so do our needs when it comes to hygiene, especially when it comes to our bedding. Night sweats, hot flashes, and increased skin cell turnover can all contribute to an environment where bacteria, dust mites, and odors can build up in your bedding. Pillowcases, in particular, absorb oils from your hair and skin, and this can transfer back to your face, causing irritation, breakouts, or even that faint sour smell. And if you've been experiencing night sweats, the moisture left behind in your sheets can create the perfect breeding ground for all sorts of unwanted things. I can personally recall a time when I thought I could get away with not washing my bedding as often. After all, I showered before bed, so how dirty could my sheets really get? But one morning, I noticed something odd. My hair still had a faint sour smell, despite a thorough shampoo. When I sniffed my pillowcase, there it was, the culprit. My bed, my sanctuary, had become a breeding ground for sweat and bacteria. It was a humbling moment, and a wake-up call that led me to rethink my approach to bedding hygiene. Experts recommend changing your pillowcases every 3 to 4 days, especially if you have oily skin or hair. And sheets? They should be washed weekly, preferably with hot water. This helps to kill bacteria, neutralize odors, and ensure that your bed stays as clean and fresh as possible. Another important tip is to use a little white vinegar in the rinse cycle when washing your bedding. It's a natural deodorizer that helps neutralize odors without leaving any vinegary smell behind. If you're dealing with night sweats, consider moisture-wicking pillowcases or sheets that can absorb the moisture without compromising comfort. You might also want to vacuum your mattress every few months using an upholstery attachment. It'll help remove dust mites, allergens, and anything else that's been accumulating. For added freshness, sprinkle some baking soda on the mattress before vacuuming to absorb any odors. If you have trouble getting the energy to strip your bed every week, create a little reminder system. Maybe mark it on your calendar or set a weekly alarm on your phone. It can be a simple way to stay on top of this vital step in your hygiene routine. If mobility is a concern, don't hesitate to ask for help. It's always okay to lean on family members or caregivers to make sure your environment is as healthy and comfortable as possible. Finally, for an extra touch of luxury, try spritzing your pillowcases with a soothing lavender linen spray. It not only makes your bed smell amazing, but the calming scent will help you unwind after a long day. 5. Skipping oral hygiene, especially at night. We all know that brushing our teeth is essential for a bright smile and fresh breath, but oral hygiene is about so much more than just appearances. It's about our overall health, and as we get older, it becomes even more crucial. Skipping oral care at night might seem like a minor oversight, but for many older adults, it can have significant consequences, both for their oral health and their confidence. As we age, certain factors, like medications, dry mouth, and changes in the composition of our saliva, make our mouths more vulnerable to bacterial buildup. Saliva naturally helps to wash away food particles and bacteria, and when we don't have enough of it, plaque can quickly build up. This leads to bad breath, gum disease, and even tooth decay, all of which can affect our self-esteem and overall health. I know this from personal experience. There were nights when I was too tired to go through my usual oral care routine, and a quick rinse with water seemed like enough. But every morning, I would wake up with that familiar, unpleasant taste in my mouth and a feeling that something was off. It was clear, my oral hygiene was lacking, and my mouth was suffering the consequences. And for those of us with dentures, the stakes are even higher. I recall a friend, Clara, who wore dentures and didn't remove them at night, only to end up with a fungal infection because her dentures created a moist environment for bacteria to grow. That lesson hit hard for both of us. So, how can we avoid these oral hygiene pitfalls? It all starts with consistency. Experts recommend brushing your teeth for 2 minutes at least twice a day, and don't forget the tongue, as it harbors bacteria that contribute to bad breath. Flossing is just as important. It removes food particles and plaque from between the teeth where a toothbrush can't reach. For many of us, especially with sensitive gums or mobility issues, a soft bristled toothbrush can make a big difference in ensuring we're not causing irritation while still getting a deep clean. But the key is in the nighttime routine. At night, our mouths dry out, making it even easier for bacteria to thrive. So, before you close your eyes, give your mouth the care it deserves. Use fluoride toothpaste to strengthen enamel and prevent decay, and consider using a mouthwash that's alcohol-free to help keep your mouth hydrated and bacteria at bay. If you wear dentures, remove them at night, clean them thoroughly with a denture brush, and soak them in a cleansing solution to prevent any bacterial growth. Nighttime oral hygiene doesn't have to feel like a chore. Make it a calming ritual. Set aside a few quiet minutes, maybe light a candle or play some soft music, turning it into a moment of self-care. It's not just about preventing bad breath, it's about creating a healthier mouth and, in turn, a healthier you. 6. Spritzing scent to mask odors. In our younger years, a quick spritz of perfume or body spray seemed like a magical way to banish odors and keep us feeling fresh. A splash of fragrance was all it took to feel confident and ready to take on the world. But as we age, our skin changes, and so do our needs when it comes to freshness. You might find that the quick fix of masking odors with a heavy perfume doesn't have the same effect as it once did. In fact, it can sometimes make things worse. Here's the thing, while fragrance can be pleasant, it doesn't actually eliminate the source of body odor. In fact, perfume often just layers over existing odors, creating a confusing and sometimes overpowering scent that can make things feel worse, not better. Aging skin is more delicate, and it can become sensitive to the alcohols and chemicals in many commercial fragrances. Overusing these products can irritate the skin, disrupt its natural microbiome, and even lead to rashes or discomfort. I learned this lesson the hard way. In my 40s, I relied heavily on body sprays to keep me feeling fresh during busy days. I thought I was being proactive, masking any traces of sweat or stress. But one day, during a conversation with a close friend, I noticed that she subtly took a step back, and her polite smile couldn't mask the discomfort in her expression. She didn't say anything, but in that moment, I realized that I'd overdone it with the fragrance. It wasn't just the scent of my perfume, it was the odor I was trying to cover up, mixed with the overpowering floral notes, a combination that left a lasting impression I didn't want. So, how do we address body odor effectively without relying on strong, synthetic scents? It starts with the basics: clean skin. Choose an unscented, antibacterial body wash that is gentle and won't irritate your skin. Products containing ingredients like benzoyl peroxide or tea tree oil can help reduce bacteria without stripping your skin. It's important to shower regularly and pay special attention to areas where odor tends to build up, like your underarms, groin, and feet. Moisturizing your skin is just as crucial. Dry skin can exacerbate odors because it makes it easier for bacteria to cling to the skin. So, using a fragrance-free moisturizer with hydrating ingredients like glycerin or hyaluronic acid can keep your skin soft, balanced, and odor-free. For clothing, opt for breathable fabrics like cotton or linen, which allow your skin to breathe and don't trap moisture, unlike synthetic fibers that tend to exacerbate sweat and odor. If you still love fragrance, consider using natural alternatives that won't irritate your skin. A few drops of essential oils like lavender or rose on your scarf or wrist can provide a subtle, elegant scent that's much lighter and less overwhelming than traditional perfumes. If you still prefer deodorant, go for a natural deodorant with ingredients like baking soda or magnesium to neutralize odors gently. 7. Skimping on water, the secret to freshness. Hydration is often hailed as the key to healthy skin and better energy levels, but did you know it's also one of the most important factors in maintaining freshness and body odor? We often overlook the impact that hydration has on our bodies, thinking it's just about quenching thirst. But when we're not drinking enough water, we're doing more than just risking dry skin, we're actually allowing odors to linger and become more intense. As we age, our bodies naturally become less efficient at regulating moisture. This means we're more likely to experience dehydration, which leads to a buildup of toxins in our system. When toxins aren't flushed out, they often manifest through our sweat, breath, and even urine, making body odor much more noticeable. Additionally, dehydration reduces saliva production, which plays a critical role in cleansing the mouth. The result? Bad breath, dry skin, and an overall lack of that fresh feeling we all want to maintain. I learned about the importance of hydration the hard way. I used to drink mostly herbal teas throughout the day, thinking they counted as my hydration. But despite my good intentions, I noticed my skin looking dull, my breath feeling stale, and a persistent odor that seemed to hang around no matter what I did. When I finally had my blood work done, I was shocked to learn that I was chronically dehydrated. The tea, while hydrating, wasn't enough to compensate for the amount of water I needed to keep my body truly hydrated. Once I started drinking more water, 6 to 8 glasses a day, everything changed. My skin glowed, my breath felt fresher, and that lingering odor disappeared. So, how can we make hydration a consistent part of our daily routine? First, aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. This will help flush out toxins and keep your body in balance. Carrying a stylish water bottle with you can make this process easier and even enjoyable. I found that having a beautifully designed water bottle made it something I looked forward to using. It was an accessory, a reminder, and a simple way to make hydration a priority. You can also set hourly reminders on your phone to sip water throughout the day. It's not about guzzling down large amounts at once, it's about taking small, consistent sips to keep your body hydrated. If plain water feels too dull, try adding a slice of lemon, cucumber, or a sprig of mint to make it feel like a spa experience. Just avoid sugary additives that can actually dehydrate you further. Another easy trick is to drink a glass of water before or with every meal. This not only helps you stay on track with your hydration goals, but it can also aid in digestion. As an added bonus, it helps curb unnecessary snacking, keeping your body feeling light and refreshed. Hydration isn't just about drinking when you're thirsty, it's about nourishing your body so it can function at its best. Drinking enough water keeps your skin's oil production in check, ensures your mouth stays moist and bacteria-free, and reduces the intensity of body odors. It also gives you a burst of energy and mental clarity, helping you feel vibrant and youthful, no matter your age. So, let's make water our ally. It's the simplest, most effective way to stay fresh, inside and out. With a little effort, you'll feel more energized, more balanced, and ready to take on the world, all while carrying that natural radiance we all deserve. Conclusion. We've just uncovered the 7 hygiene mistakes that can steal our freshness and confidence, but the great news is, they're all fixable with a few simple changes. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. By incorporating just 1 or 2 of these small habits into your daily routine, you can feel fresher, more comfortable, and, most importantly, more confident in your own skin. Whether it's paying more attention to the hidden corners in your shower, washing your favorite bras more often, or making hydration a non-negotiable part of your day, these steps can help you feel like the vibrant, radiant woman you are, no matter what stage of life you're in. I know change can feel daunting, but these small actions aren't just about improving your hygiene. They're about loving and taking care of yourself, about embracing the natural changes that come with age and treating your body with kindness and respect. Remember, every step you take toward self-care is a step toward feeling your best, inside and out. So, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing from today's video that you're excited to try? Maybe it's using a gentler deodorant, swapping your pillowcases more often, or finally committing to more water throughout the day. Share your thoughts with me in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what works for you. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to bring you more tips and insights to keep you shining bright. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you deserve to feel fabulous and fresh every single day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.